Oh no. Not you again. Welcome to That Is What It Is Not. This week, Pickled Onions by Sainsbury's. Pickled onions by Sainsbury's. Pickled onions by Sainsbury's. Why have I said that 3 times? Well, there's very good reason. Inside this jar is 3 pickled onions times by 3 pickled onions times by 3, which makes 126 pickled onions. What a wonderful, generous company Sainsbury's are. The maths. Or as they say in America, the maths. And they know maths. It's maths. That's just maths. But what about a little chat about what pickled onions are and what they feel and look like? What's the mouth feel? What are they about? Why do they exist? Well, each pickled onion in this jar is about the size of a dog's eye. And they, the people at Sainsbury's, because these are pickled onions by Sainsbury's, they know what they're doing. That's exactly the right size to pop in a normal size human mouth. From the age of about 11 or 12, humans develop a real love of vinegar and a real love of pickled vegetables. Beetroot, celery, and of course, the classic Pickled Onions by Sainsbury's. They are a multi-layered, multifaceted, crunchy treat with a secret in the centre. And as all pickled onion eaters know, one must never divulge the secret to the middle of the pickled onion. And you won't be getting that from me here, as I do not want to give away that first crunch as an adolescent. It's a rite of passage for a lot of us, and some of our younger viewers may have not quite got there yet. So your secret's safe with me, Pickled Onions by Sainsbury's. I will not be revealing the secrets. What do we know? Well, Dave and Sandra Sainsbury were out one day and they were thinking to themselves, I love an onion, but it's not onion season. If only there was some way of transporting this delicious vegetable and making it so that we can enjoy it all year round. And Dave said, Sandra, you know what, that's a great plan. If only there was another way where we could infuse our favourite snack with some kind of vinegary nightmare. So when we bite into it, it literally strips the roof of our mouths and makes us wince so hard. Sandra said, Dave, that's why I love you. You're thinking about others and you're thinking about onions. Sometimes it's very easy to get those 2 words confused, isn't it? But they didn't. And here we are. Imagine that you're lost in the woods. There's no onions to be found and no long-term onion storage. Nobody's rattling around the woods with their onion bag hanging out. Are they? Are they? No, they're not. You're alone. You're cold. And more importantly, you're feeling a bit frightened. What can lift the spirits more than a wonderful vinegary treat contained in such a way that this will outlive all of us? If this jar of pickled onions by Sainsbury's was left here at the 2-inch studio for hundreds of years, everything else in here would have turned to grumble dust and awful sludge. But this jar of pickled onions by Sainsbury's would be absolutely fine. Edible, crunchy, and delicious. But what are the ingredients, you ask? And that's a very good question. Of course, we've got vinegar. Of course, we've got onions. There's water, tears of a clown, and guar gum. There's always guar gum, one of life's great levelers. You know what it's time for now, of course. it's time for the taste test. But before we do that, this is one of the tamper-free mega caps. If this has popped up, somebody's been in these onions before. As you can see, this one's wonderfully flat. But how do you get a jar open if it's too tight? Well, you just ask it. Excuse me, would you mind opening? I'd really appreciate it. I'd love an onion. Let's give that a turn now. Not a problem. Try it next time. Works in all kinds of jars. Open the lid and there they are. And this one, of course, because it's Pickled Onions by Sainsbury's, is filled right up to the very, very top with wonderful onions. And as I said before, I pop one out. It's around the size of a dog's eye. And that is good news. Let's pop her in. Oh yeah, that's strong. Very strong. But not too strong. Nearly too strong. Quite strong. Crumbs. It's really burning the back of my throat. But in a nice way. Is there any other way? It's starting to really hurt now. Eyes are watering. They're becoming more intense. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Wow. That's a crunchy thing. Like eating a very old horse. So how can Pickled Onions by Sainsbury's be improved? Maybe drop us a comment. More brown. Less brown. Less round. More round. I'm not going to give you any more clues than that. It would be great to hear from you. And as ever, here's this week's motivational quote. Don't forget that every waking hour is a golden opportunity to eat something. Please, don't like, don't subscribe, and leave that bell icon alone. I don't want to do this anymore.